chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill. You already know I'm back at you again with another video. I need everybody to press that like button, press the share button, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, shout out to the Galactic family, the GCVs, and Drew Nation. Let's get right into it. Look, you can read people's energy, and they accuse you of judging them as a way to flip the script and turn it back onto you. When you'll be around people, you probably get, or you've probably heard that you're judgmental. People will, when you're chosen, people will put a lot of things on you. Oh, you're jealous, you're this, you're that. And they'll be trying to project and deflect their own characteristics onto you. Right? But it's because you can read people's energy. So when you can read their energy, you're basically reading them like a book. A person's energy describes a lot of things. A person's energy describes the type of person that they are, their attitude, what they're about, how they carry themselves, how they feel about you and other people, how they feel about life. All right. Your energy carries a lot of things about you. All right. Things that you may be doing that you don't want nobody to see. People can pick that up. People can see that as well. All right. Your energy says a lot about you. All right. So when you can read that about people, you're going to get accused, because it's like, imagine somebody just getting out the shower and they're with their towel on and their robe on, and they take their robe off to get dressed. That's how they feel when you read them. It's like you're going into their room, looking in their room and watching them get dressed, or you're looking through their belongings. This is like the same type of feeling that they have. Or when you ever put your stuff down at work, and you know, because you're intuitive, you know that somebody went in your bag. That's why you probably started locking your stuff up in your car, or you bought a lock and put it in the employee locker room, or you just buy your lunch because you don't trust those people, and you probably have the right to not trust them, especially if you're getting the vibe that you can't trust them, or something is telling you not to trust them. People are upset at you and mad at you because you can read their energy and you can see that they're up to no good. You are able to tell that this person is a bad news bear, that they're a narcissist, that they may be negative, they may be an energy vampire, they may be all about themselves, me. All right. These are the people that walk around a job, talk to everybody. They'll talk to anybody they can. These are the people that they just can't wait for a conversation. Monday morning, everybody just trying to get to work and just do their thing. And they just, hey, just ready to just talk, drain somebody's energy, find some poor soul that doesn't really feel like listening to them, but that person's going to talk their ear off, talk them to death. All right, don't you be that poor soul. You shoo that person away. Yo, I don't feel like hearing that. I don't want to talk to you right now. Or we're not friends. I don't know why you walking over here talking to me. We're not cool. All right. You can read people's energy, right? It's a gift. They're going to try to make you feel like it's a curse. This is why they want you to feel bad about yourself, and they want you to think it's something wrong with you. You have other abilities. All right. You have things about you that make you special, that help you differentiate between good people and bad people. All right, you have a radar system that lets you know who you should deal with and who you shouldn't. It's called discernment. You have discernment, and you're able to use that to differentiate between somebody you should deal with, somebody that you shouldn't, somebody that's cool to talk to, somebody that will stab you in the back and put all your business out in the street, that doesn't have your best interest at heart. And when you can see this about people, that means you can read people. People don't like when you can read them because it's invasive. Now, because you see these things, other people who are watching you are now going to be looking at you, and they could potentially see the things that you see in those other people. they're going to be looking at you and they're going to notice that, wait a minute, this person's staying away from them. I wonder why. This person is looking at them like it's something wrong with this person. Well, you know what? I thought they might have been. Now other people start waking up. People start waking up around chosen ones. And this is why they don't want you at these jobs as well, because you wake people up. People see things around you because you see things. You open up people's eyes to things without even having to say a word. Just with a look, just with you not associating with people, just with you keeping your distance with certain people. That's why people are so offended by you setting boundaries. That's why they're trying to make you walk on eggshells, because they really take it um as they really take it as an insult. The fact that you don't want anything to do with them, because you're like royalty. You are spiritual royalty. And imagine having the king or queen in your presence and being ignored by the king or queen, but this person is beneath you. This person is a whole king or queen, but you have a boss, or you have a manager, or you have someone that's been at this job longer than you, that you tried to speak to, you tried to say, hey, hello, hi, but they're too egotistical and they're too jealous to speak to you because they can't accept the fact that you're better than them. And you could even see this about them. You'd be like, okay, because you know. And it's like, you try to associate with people, you try to be polite, you try to be nice, but they take it for granted. They walk all over you. At least they try to. Or what they do is they just ignore you and they act like you don't exist. No one is going to keep speaking to a person that acts like they don't exist. That's one of the greatest forms of disrespect. Acting like somebody doesn't exist when this person reached out and spoke to you. They want you. They want to make you feel played, and it's because you are the better person. They have to act like you don't exist. They have to play you on your interactions and on your hellos. When you ignore them and you act like they don't exist, don't you find it that they want to speak to you? You know, they're like, these people are so snaky and so crafty. I don't have people ignore me. I no longer even act like you exist. Now you want to walk up to me and speak to me, only for me to say what's up, and then for you to be like, yeah, yo, what's up? Yeah, what's up? It's not like ain't no two dudes trying to lock eyes or nothing. I know, me personally, I know I ain't trying to lock eyes with no other man, but it's just like, it's interaction. It's just like, yo, what's up? What's up? When you speak to somebody, I thought you were supposed to look them in the eye. That's just how I was raised as a man. You speak to someone, you look them in the eye. It's just how I was raised, you know. And and it's like, I see a whole lot of other men not doing that, and I know I'm not the only man that feels that way. I know there's a lot of other men on this channel that's like, you see the weakness in these dudes. It's like they're fragile and they're jealous, and they got hate towards you just for no reason at all. No reason at all. You just see how fragile and how weak they are, and they actually want to project that onto you. They want to make you feel like it's something up with you, or you're not strong, because they got something going on. It's all in their head, and they want to make it your issue and your problem, because they're insecure about you and being around you and having to either work around you or live around you or be family with you or see you at the event or see you at church or whatever it is. All right. Anybody could be insecure. Anybody could be jealous of you, and you can read it. You can see this. They think they're able to hide it. Imagine trying to hide something and people can see it. You're gonna be mad. It's like that person with that belly they trying to hide, but you could see it. You know, somebody don't care, they don't care. It's like somebody trying to hide that turkey neck they got in the back. They done got a little shag or something. Somebody like, hey man, you got that shag to cover up that little hot dog you got on the back of your neck. You know, it's anything you trying to hide. You trying to hide that you may not have it like that. Hey man, we see you over there eating that ramen or eating lunch meat and bread again. What you got for lunch, man? We see you trying to hide your lunch. It's like it's really none of these people's business, you know. But it's like somebody that's trying to hide something. It's like somebody that got Shaq shoes on and they walking around, and somebody points out the fact that why your Shaq shoes look just like the Jordan kind, or somebody got fake Jordans on and somebody points it out, but they're trying to hide it, and now they're mad because they got exposed because their Jordans got shown for being fake. It's the same thing with these people. They get shown for being fake when you come around. They get exposed for being fake when you come around. Nobody wants to be exposed. Nobody wants to be shown that, hey, this person's not real. They're actually fake. Fake people hate that. Can't do that to a real person. Even if you tried to, they'd be like, oh, okay, you got me. Yep, this was wrong. That happened. That wasn't right. I did that. I apologize. So be it. All right. If they can't accept my apology, I don't know what to tell you. I'm a changed man. She's a changed woman. You know, if you want to keep bringing that up, that's up to you. And that's why you separate from people who keep bringing up your past. Because when you can read people and you're trying to elevate people who are negative and who aren't changing and who you're better than, they're going to want to bring you back down because they know that A, you don't want to be like them, and B, you don't want to be like the person that you were when you were around them, because it's even possible that they rubbed off on that person that you changed. Even though it was you, they were able to rub off on that person that you changed, and they were a big influence on you. So the fact that you're changing, it's like the end of the world, because they're not going to have any power at all. They're not going to have any power at all because you decided to change. That's why change is powerful. That's why people hate it. Change is powerful. All right. So you can read people's energy and it makes them upset, right? People don't want to be figured out. You're the one that you're the one that's supposed to be figured out. You're not supposed to be doing the figuring out. They're supposed to be watching you and manipulating you, and you're just supposed to be playing dumb and getting manipulated, and that's it. That's how it's supposed to go between you and them. You're not supposed to be able to tell that, hey, this person's out to try to get me. This person's a devil. This person's trying to manipulate me. This person's trying to use me for time, energy, and attention. You're not supposed to be able to tell these things, but when you do, they lose their power. They're not able to manipulate you. They don't get what they want. And that's why they will try to say that's why they will try to flip the script on you. All right. They will definitely try to flip the script on you. All right. They're going to be like, you're judging me. You're judgmental. Why do you think like that? That's the one thing that they love to say. Why do you think like that? While they're the ones that are acting that way to make you even think that in the first place. How are you going to tell somebody, why are you acting like that? Or no, how are you going to tell somebody, why are you thinking that? Or why do you think like that? But they're the ones that's acting in the way to make you even think that in the first place. These people, they manipulate. They know it's just a game. They know ways to confuse people to try to cover up their ill behavior or their ill intentions or their negative characteristics. They will they'll act out the negativity, but they'll try to manipulate people and gaslight people into thinking that they're not seeing it. And that this is why it's witchcraft, and this is why it's spells, and this is why it's black magic. All right, because when it's like, now you see me, now you don't. I done did something negative, you saw it, but I'm trying to make you think you didn't see it. that's evil in its most purest form, right? And people do that subtly. People even when people do that about something small, is still evil, because if they'll do it about something small and you give them that little window, that opportunity, that's a test to see if they could do it about something bigger. So this is why you have to be aware of these little manipulation tactics, because if somebody tries to manipulate you on a small scale, on a small level, they're going to try to do the same thing on a grander level, on a larger level. All right, they're going to try to do it for the whole shebang. All right, they're going to try to manipulate you for the whole shebang. All right, they're going to want total control over you. And don't give it to them. All right. Like, people do this in the most subtle ways, try to make you do things for them, try to make you go get something for them. And it's like you feel weird because it's like, yo, you could go do that yourself. All right. Don't do things for people that they can go do for themselves, because that is their test to see if they have power over you or not, or if they could manipulate you or not. They need to go do that themselves. You can see through that. Tell that person no, they go do it, and that's the end of it. You're not going, nothing's going to happen to you. You're not going to get in trouble. You're not going to lose your job. All right. Ain't nothing going to happen to you because people think that you're judging them, and you're able to see that they're no good and you don't want nothing to do with them. Only thing that's going to happen is you're going to save yourself, level up, and set some boundaries. And you're going to gain more power over your life and other people in a positive way. So being able to read people's energy is a blessing. You're not weird. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you just because you can read other people's energy. I'd rather be able to read other people's energy than not be able to. Because now you can look at folks and be like, yo, not today. You got to go try that on somebody else. You thought you could get that off over here, but you thought wrong. You're going to have to go do that with somebody else. And they can flip the script on you in a number of ways, right? You read them, they say you're judging them. You read them, they say you're negative. You read them, they say you're always looking for the worst. They say you don't never focus on the positive. You're not positive. You're not positive at all. There's nothing positive about you. Meanwhile, this person is the one that's the negative influence in your life. I've had somebody tell me that this person was negative as the day is long. They were the negative influence in my life telling me that I'm not positive. And it's because you are able to read them. It's like somebody trying to hide something. It's like you seeing $100 bill and you stepping on it. And somebody being like, yo, what's underneath your foot? Nothing. Nothing's underneath my foot. But that person just saw you step on that $100 bill. This is how they feel when you find out their negative characteristics. It's like, yo, I see this negative trait in you. You should fix that. No, you don't. You don't see that in me. You're negative. You're crazy. There's something wrong with you. And this is what they do. They deflect. They want to deflect your attention off the problem. They want to deflect your attention off of their negativity. They want to deflect your attention off the fact that something wrong with them. And then on top of that, they take that time to point it, to flip the script and deflect it back at you and call you out on having an issue or saying that you're the one that needs to change or you're the one that has a problem. Right? And it's all because you can read them. And you're able to tell, and they're trying, it's something that they can get from you. It's something that they want from you. Maybe you have a place and this person wants to come over because their mom got hella kids and it's like 3, 4, 5 babies over there and they're using you for a free place. All right, maybe they're using you for food. Maybe they're using you because you cook. Maybe they're using you because it's something that they can get from you. All right, people will do this when it's something that they're trying to get from you and they don't really like you. They don't really appreciate you, and it starts to come out. It's like, yo, they acted fake to get close to you. They can't keep up the fake facade. So now who they are starting to show through, and you're starting to see it. But when you call them out on it, they're going to deny it because they're going to want to be able to stay in that place and to be able to get from you what they want. And not that place meaning where you live. They're going to want to be able to stay in that place in your life and continue to try to get off their control and manipulation over you. And when you start to see it, when you start to wake up, and when you start to kill it and destroy it, that demon that is inside them is going to be like, oh, wait a minute. You got to tell them that there's something wrong with them. They're starting to wake up and see through this facade. They're starting to wake up and see through the smoking mirrors. And glory be to God when you wake up. Glory be to God when you start to see through these fake people. You start to see that they're not real. And you start to see that the things that you were reading into were real. There's a lot of things that you noticed about a lot of people that you second guessed out the kindness of your heart because you're a pure-hearted person that you should have took off as a red flag, and you ended up getting hurt because of that. It's like, yo, if I had only trusted that, if I had only took heed to that message, if I had only paid attention to that sign that God was trying to send to me through the universe, or God was trying to get me to pay attention to. If I had only paid attention to that sign, you thought it was just you thought it was just a TV show. You thought it was just a line from a TV show, but it had every single thing to do with your experience and what was going on with your life. You thought it was just a bar from a rap song. You thought it was just a car driving past with a song playing on the radio. You have a life full of synchronicity as a chosen one. God communicates to you with signs and numbers. God communicates to you with signs and numbers, all right? And you have to pay attention to these signs and numbers because they're going to pop up and they're going to show you which direction you need to go. They're going to show you whether you need to get somebody out of your life, whether you're right or whether you're wrong. When you ask God for guidance, He's going to show you with repeated numbers. He's going to show you with people who come into your life. He's going to show you with messages, with signs, and God works in mysterious ways. It could be television. It could be a street sign. It could be a bus station sign. It could be anything. A plane flying by with the repeating numbers on it or the message on it. It could be you turning the TV on and you need to and what they're saying exactly at that moment. I would leave right now and never call her again. And you think that's just a message from a T. That's just coincidence. No, that's the universe trying to tell you I would leave her and never call her again. Or I wouldn't go on that date with him this evening. I'd cancel. Like when you like you think like, wait a minute, what? That had everything to do with me. How is that? It's because it's synchronicity. And as crazy and wild as it sounds, these things happen to you. You have been gaslighting yourself. You have been letting other people gaslight you because you haven't stepped into your calling. You haven't stepped into your true power. You haven't recognized who you are. You are a highly intuitive, highly sensitive spiritual being, and there's nothing wrong with that. Your sensitivity is your power. You're sensitive to negativity. You're sensitive to harm. You're sensitive to untrustworthy people. You're sensitive to people who are trying to do you some type of dirt or stab you in the back. You could pick up on these things. And it's all to protect you because God wanted to keep you safe. And He knew that people were going to be watching you. He knew people were going to be monitoring you. He knew people weren't going to be playing fair. And He knew the devil was going to be using people to try to get to you since he couldn't get to you himself. So He knew He was going to have to equip you with something for you to be able to have some type of defense mechanism set up against the powers that be trying to take you out. All right. And that's what they're trying to do. All because that you can see that evil in them. All right, this makes them constantly feel bad about themselves. This is why they want you to constantly feel bad about yourself. Your presence wakes up the negativity in them and lets them know that they're a garbage type of person. They're an evil, negative, horrible type of person because of how they treat people, right? And we're not saying that they're all these things, but their actions are making them this, and they're acting out on you because you're making them feel bad about what they did or what they said or the type of person that they are, because they know deep down inside that the type of things that they're doing and the type of person that they are is wrong. And when you get around them, you make them feel like they deserve some type of punishment. You make them feel guilty. You make them feel like they're no good. And this is why they want you to feel no good. This is why they want you to feel like there's something wrong with you, and why they want you to feel like a bad person. You got them all shook up. All right? You got these people shook up, man. You got these people shook. All right? They are shook ones because of you. All right? And they want to be mad at you because you can see what they're up to. How dare you be able to read me and see from a mile away that I'm a negative person and I'm out here to do you some type of harm? How dare you see that? How dare you see that I'm trying to stab you in the back? How dare you see that and not let me carry through my evil plans? It's some you have an issue because you won't let me do you dirt. And it's like, I'm not going to give him any dirt to do me. So you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to give him any dirt to do me. I'm not going to allow them to make me switch up. All right. I'm going to make sure that my ways please the Lord. So that way, even my enemies will have peace with me. So it's like you could read these people's, you're not going to be able to stop reading these people's energy. You have to be who you are, right? This is why you feel anxious around people. This is why you feel like you have to walk on eggshells. You've been trying to change who you are, and you've been trying to not be this highly spiritual being that you are. You can't not be that. You're going to read people's energy. People are going to feel uncomfortable. They're going to hate you for it. You have to not care. If they could sense that you care, then they're going to act off that. If they act like you don't care and it doesn't bother you and you're not worried about it and you don't fear, then they're going to leave you alone about it. But when you start to fear, like, oh boy, I'm reading their energy, or I wonder how they're going to react to me knowing that I could read them or that I could sense them. Don't care about that. Read them. If they're no good, keep it moving. You don't pick up any bad vibes. Oh well, they got read. It is what it is. You have to be you. You have to. All right, and you can read people. You can pick up on their energy, and them feeling uncomfortable isn't you feeling uncomfortable. All right, you're feeling uncomfortable because you're feeling the fact that they're uncomfortable because they're being read. And that's why I'm about to drop this video in a minute. Like, once you figure out that their energy is not yours, it changes your life. You detach, you separate, you elevate, and you realize that, yo, I was getting mad and upset over stuff that had nothing to do with me. This stuff ain't have nothing to do with me. I'm worrying about this and worrying about that. It was aimed towards me. They tried to ensnare me with it. They tried to make it a trap for me. They tried to take me out with it, but it ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't have to feel no type of way about this. This is 100% them. This is all hatred coming from them. That's their hatred. That's their negativity. Stop allowing yourself to be influenced by it. I know it's easier said than done, but the moment you at least make an attempt, like, yo, you know what? I'm not going to allow them to manipulate me anymore. I'm not going to allow them to influence me anymore with their energies. Once you tell yourself that, you start to make that real, and you'll start to fight back more and more. They'll start to get weaker. You will start to get stronger. You're going to start to get stronger. And this is how you level up over these demons. All right. By reprogramming yourself, letting you know that, yo, I'm more powerful than them. I'm going to defeat them. They don't have the power to defeat me. And you stand on that. You believe that. And you know that God is there with you throughout this whole entire thing. And when God is for you, who could be against you? When you are fearful, you think you're by yourself. You can't be fearful with God, with the presence of God with you. So do not fear these people just because you're reading their energy. It's what you do. You read energy. You're able to see who's real and who's fake. You have the gift of discernment. Don't be ashamed because of your gifts. If you are ashamed because of your gifts, other people are going to shame you. You're weird. There's something wrong with you. I don't like you. People are able to pick up on you being ashamed of who you are. They're already insecure about you because they feel some type of way about you and your presence, making them confused, making them not know which end is up. They thought they was fly till you came around. Now here you step on the scene and everything changes. You step in the room, everything changes. People want to talk about you, but you can tell these things. You can see them from a mile away. You already know they're talking about you. You already know how they feel about you because you could read their energy. You know how they feel about you as soon as you step in the room. You know how they feel about you as soon as you clock in, as soon as you step in on the scene. You can tell how people feel about you. You can read that, and they get mad. They don't have any type of defense towards it. They try to smile in your face. They try to be fake. They try to force their friendship on you. And it still doesn't work. You're able to see through this because you can read them. And it leaves them feeling intimidated because it feels them leave it feels them leaving, like it feels them it leaves them with a feeling that they're inadequate and that they're not as smart as you. And this is why they will have to try to make you feel inadequate. This is why they will try to have to make you feel bad about you. This is why they have to try to make you feel inadequate. You're able to do things that they wish they could do. They look at you like that weird person in the movie that has the power, and the whole movie's about that person. You're the one. You're Neo. Whether you braid hair, you're Neo. Whether you make forks or spoons, you're Neo. Whether you draw paintings or pictures, you're Neo. All right, you're Neo in the Matrix. And the whole Matrix is the reality around you trying to bring you down and stop you from waking up. Everybody is a Neo in their own life. And your life, you're going to have opposition. You're going to have people that go against you. You're going to have people that don't want to see you succeed. And when you can read them, when you can tell them, when you can see that from a mile away, it's going to make that person mad, because now they have to try to get in your life. They have to try to force themselves in your life. This is why they have to try to force themselves in your life, because they could tell that that your mode is on repel. They could tell that you have changed your mode to repel. They could tell that you're on repel. You want to repel them. They have to force themselves into your life because you're smart enough to tell that you're smart enough to tell that they need to get the repel. All right. What do you do with mosquitoes? You repel them because they're bloodsuckers. We on fire, yo. You gotta repel these bloodsuckers, repel these energy vampires, and keep ignoring them. All right. You have to ignore them. It's your duty. It's your duty. It's your duty to ignore them and listen to Young Nudie. I don't know. I try. All right. It's your duty to it's your duty to keep your beauty. It's your duty to keep your beauty, all right? It's your duty to keep your beauty. Your beauty is your glow. Your beauty is your feel good, your vibe. Don't give these people your vibes. Don't let these people destroy how you feel. All right? You can read their energy. They're the one that's negative. They're the one that's evil. Don't let them bring you into that. It's literally somebody having a bad day wanting other people to suffer. You know how it's like somebody doing a noise campaign to you and they ruined your day and you want to go retaliate. It's like somebody doing something to you that pissed you off and now you want to go retaliate. When people upset you and you want to go retaliate and they're not going to get mad, that's going to upset you. All right. When people, and this is how they feel. All right. They want to get back at you so bad. So it's like they feel you did something to them. They want to retaliate. They want you to retaliate, but don't retaliate to these people. But this is why they get mad. All right. I just had to explain that to you, because you know how when you're mad and you want to retaliate, somebody does something to you, you're mad. Before you would just let it go and give it to God, you would go retaliate because you was mad. You wanted some get back. These people want get back from you because you're causing them some type of narcissistic injury. So it's like you don't even know them. You haven't even interacted with them yet. Just off of them seeing you, you can feel it. It's like, yo, you injure them on sight. That you already know that's going to be another video. You injure them on sight. You injure them on sight. Talk about narcissistic injury. The presence of God in you causes them complete narcissistic injury. As soon as they see you, they faint and fall out. They lose it. They can't take it. They lose it. They faint. They fall out. Things don't work out as they thought. They thought they were going to be able to get close to you, use you, force themselves onto you, and destroy you. Just like how just like how you take pride or you take joy or you're happy to, you know what? It's the weekend. I'm off work. I got all these good things I want to do. I'm going to do some things that are good. Like you're working for God. You want to do some positive things. You want to upload some positive things. You want to help some people. You want to spread a positive message. You even if it's not that deep, you just know all the good things you want to do with your time in your life. You're like, yo, I'm going to meditate. I'm going to go out to the park. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to go get my hair cut. I'm going to go buy me some clothes. I'm going to go donate to a homeless shelter. I'm going to go find somebody in need and help them out. Like these are the things that good-minded people do. These evil people, they do the same thing. They're like, yo. They're like, yo. They're plotting and they're scheming. They're like, yo, what can I do to try to ruin her day? What can I do to try to use her, manipulate her? All right, she's not trying to be my friend. Now I got to force myself on her. Now I got to intimidate her and make her be my friend. And it's like, this is what they do. You just have to stand up and be tough and realize that there's no energy greater than you. You have God in you. You have the power of God in you. All right. You're just like a modern day Jesus in the sense of I am Jesus, not saying you're the Christ, but you are a part of him. All right, because greater is he that is in you that is in than that's in the world. You have Christ in you and you have God in you. You have those powers within you. So you can say, I am Jesus, I am God, and there's no issue. You're not going to get struck down with lightning. You're not going to get sent to hell for that. You're not a bad Christian, or you're not a non-believer because you say, I am Jesus and I am God. It's basically just like the saying, thank you, God, or thank you, Jesus. Basically the same thing. All right. I and the Father are one. All right. And if you know God's strength, if